Welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys are having an amazing weekend and happy Mother's Day to everybody. And we do have another busy week. We do have still quite a bit of earnings, pretty much to the end of it now, coming up this week as well. And then we do have our existing home sales on Monday. And Tuesday and Wednesday, pretty busy week with the data in before market opens. We got core CPI, CPI year over year, and core PPI as well on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we got the US retail sales number. And then Friday, not so much. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are pretty data heavy is coming as well. So please, again, like I always say it, have a plan, only trade your plan. Don't have FOMO, don't chase anything. We've been having some amazing weeks with amazing trades, even though I was off, and you guys really killed it in the market. So proud of you guys. And let's make sure we protect our capital. We're not giving anything back to the market. And trade smart. I have really good list of swing trades, but before that, we are gonna get into our scalping list and go through the levels. I really hope you guys are marking these levels because they've been playing out really well. And some of the names have made all-time highs. So we are using the Fibber retracements. And I hope you guys are marking those levels and using them because they've been really playing out to the T. So having said that, let's look into what we have in store for us. Let me share my screen. All right, so we are going to start with Apple first here. And as you can see with Apple, let me actually turn my face off. I don't like that. Okay. All right, so Apple, beautiful cup and handle break. And if you did play these levels, once we broke out of 280, and which we did break out on Tuesday, Monday we rejected right at 280, and we did not break below the put level. So basically we were in between the call and put levels. You could have taken the bounce from it because we had a double level. We had the put level and an actual spot level where we were looking for it to either bounce or break below. And we filled the gap. So you could have taken your call from the bounce here. But however, we got the next day, if you had taken it a break off the 280 level, that was beautiful as well. So now what we are looking for is we closed at 293. I would not mind a pullback into the 290 zone. If we hold above 290, I'm looking for calls to the upside. I still think Apple can go all the way to 300 level as well, even 320 zone. And on the put side of it, we're going to see if we can break below 287 and then look for the put to the downside. Otherwise, bounce from the 287 to continue to the upside. That would be a beautiful trade as well. Next is AMD. AMD had, earnings and gave us that beautiful gap up, and we got the gap here as well now to the downside. So again, really on Monday, we stayed between the call and put. Once we broke below the put area, did have a put zone, but we did not, continue to break down. So it was a quick scalp. This gap has been filled, so we can remove that. So now on the call side of it, I am going to give myself a little bit extra room for AMD to give us maybe a little bit of a bigger pullback depending on what happens tomorrow. So I'm looking for only if we do get the pullback, calls from 445 to the upside. Otherwise, I don't want to short. I want to look for a bounce to the upside. If I'm looking for a put, I'm looking for puts below 440. I'm not touching puts until then. I would rather wait for AMD to pull back, even all the way to 440, and then take the trade to the upside, because we do have our extended fibs, which can give us a really nice move to the upside as well. Amazon, again, another name. I don't really do day trade on this one, but our fibs are working. We still have a room to the upside. I don't really chart this name either because I try not to. I haven't had the best luck. My swings are much better with Amazon than my day trades. Next is Avigo. Avigo is also looking like it can give us a little bit more room to the upside where we could see 450. So what I'm looking for this thing to hold 430 and calls above 430 and puts below 427 area right here. Actually, we'll do 425. Seems like a better sport zone. So if we break below 425, I'm looking for puts to the downside. Otherwise, from 430, I want the calls to the upside. I think 450 is doable on Avigo. Boeing, I haven't changed these levels much. So if you really take the time and do chart properly, you can actually just need to move. Where are you going to take the calls? Where are you going to take the puts? So 430 for us was the level. If we break above 430, then we're looking into the calls. So now if it does pull back, I'm looking for 435 to hold and then calls to the upside. Otherwise, below why am I saying 430? 230, if we break below 230, I'm looking for puts. Anything above 230, even the bounce from 230 is really looking good for calls to the upside on Boeing as well. Next is coin. I do like what Bitcoin is doing right now on the weekend. So coin could be a really good setup. And I'm going to go over in my swing as well, what I'm watching on this thing. So for calls, I want to see this thing break 205 and hold. And then I'm looking for calls to the upside. I'll mark a little bit more levels here as well. So I'm looking for break of 205, then calls to the upside. Break below 200 or 199 just to be safe, then I'm looking for puts to the downside. We still have a small gap that was left behind, but it's not big enough. I'm not too concerned about it. But if we can break above 205, I'm looking for calls. Anything below 200 or 199 is a put for you. ES, so far our plan has worked out very well. 7400, 7410 was what we were looking. We actually got 7420 last week. And I would not mind a pullback, a slight pullback even into the 7320 or 7340 area, and then go back up and give us that all-time high one more time. So we'll see what this week brings us. Google, another one when I have multiple legs that give me pretty much levels overlap, and this is beautiful. So Google, we've captured a very good move on this, even on our longer swing as well. So last week on Monday, we basically stayed between our call and put level. But once we broke out on Tuesday above call, we did not look back. So what I want now, if we want the whole market to give us a pullback, what I want on Google to do is come into like 397, 395 area, bounce, and I'm looking for calls. However, if we start to break below this 394, 395 zone, then I'm looking for a put to the downside, maybe something like this, and then go higher into it. So pretty much trying to align with what I think ES can give us, but ES can, again, we could see a gap up and just continue to the upside as well. HUD, this is another really good setup on it. Again, we got that move for us on Monday. Actually, it gapped up. So we really didn't get a move on this to enter. So what I want to see is, as long as, actually, you know what, let's work a little bit different on this one. Let's see if we can break above 78 level. Then I'm looking for calls to the upside because gap is almost to the fill up. So if we can bounce and fill this gap, would be nice. Otherwise, below 75, I want puts and see if we can pull back one more time. But I think this gives us a move to the upside. It has a lot of potential, especially with the new Trump benefits, and it's going to all go through HUD brokerage as well. So I'm really bullish on this. So keep this on the list. Next is Meta. Damn, this thing has been consolidating in this zone. I'm not changing the call and put, pretty much keeping the same. Calls above 610, puts below 600. So we pretty much was in this zone. We bounced out a little bit, filled a tiny bit of the gap. And so we still have a huge gap to the upside. So level are looking pretty good. Microsoft, really like this setup as well. And again, not changing the calls and puts anything above 415. Our level's been working out very nicely, and puts below 409 area or even 407. And then you got the levels to the downside. I wouldn't mind a pullback and then continue to the upside. This also has a huge gap to fill upside as well. MU, man, these extended fibs has played out beautifully, level after level, since this is making all-time highs. And I think, we've seen 785 does not look like it's going to be too hard for it to hit, or even 800. Next is Netflix, is in the gap. Don't really do day trades on it, so that's why I don't much have on it. So we'll go to NVIDIA. NVIDIA, we got our full target on our extended fibs. So our retracement fibs, since we got that 220 area. So I'm gonna just mark whole number of 220. I want to see how price reacts here. So calls above 220 and puts below 215. Simple as that. Anything in between is your maybe quick scalps or bounce to 220 from 215. Otherwise, I would leave it alone there. PLTR, this is another name that has been a little bit sideways. So we need to see if we can hold above 130. Below 130 is going to be our puts. Where is my 130? 130, below that, we're looking for puts. We actually came out of a demand zone. So this might even hold. And for calls, anything above 135 is your call. And anything below 135, you could target the put here or wait for it to bounce from 140 to continue the upside. I feel like it could be 132 because that seems like a strong zone. QQQ, another one. Our Fib's been freaking gold. Make sure you mark these levels. SPY, pretty much same thing. I would say calls above 735. And puts below 730. I would love for us to get this and then go make that all-time highs. That would be beautiful. Tesla, good move on it. Proud of you guys for capturing that trade on the weekend I saw. On Friday. So calls above 425, puts below 420. Anything in between, just let it play out, and then we look for a trade. And I think Tesla has a room to continue to the upside. Any pullback is a good place to look for the call to the upside. Okay. How do I stop? Okay. Well, I hope you guys like this and you guys are marking these levels, and these levels are helping you with your day trades and scalping. I will have the swing video up as well. We did really well on our swings last week, and I'm so proud of you, everybody, especially all those names that came in the market in, people started talking afterwards and we were already well positioned in those positions. That was so good. And I have some really nice names that we are going to review again and be prepared for it. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. And if you guys do like these videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great week. Have a green, positive week for everyone.